welcome back to Craven Park. A reminder that this is a Stones Bitter Championship Second Division fixture with a half-time scoreline of Barrow 8 points, Leigh 20. So we'll wait our referee Charlie Tidball from Wakefield. Get things underway. So Woods gets the game underway for Leigh. Stott takes that from the kick-off, and Barrow desperate for quick points to get themselves back in this match. Jackson now on to Dunn. Jackson now on to Kendall. The party with two good tackles for Leigh. Kick will come in from Marwood. Stanish takes that one for Leigh. Can't get past the attentions of Pemberton and Cartmel, but Leigh back in possession with Topping. On to Iro now. Iro tries to scatter them, but Dunn and Cartmel make the stop for Barrow. Party now to Lang. On to Brown. Sit away to Reparty, to Jeffrey. Jeffrey stopped by Cartmel and Shaw, just short of halfway. Reparty takes them on from acting half-back. Makes another 10 yards. Jeffrey now to Brown. Brown puts in a good kick. It's a chase for Trainer. Big sit up 5 yards from his own try line. Tries to run round Lang. Hands off Lang. Barrow with a good line out here. It's now out to Simpson. Kearns gets it out well to Stott. In fact, it's Paul Burns. Great defence though by the Leigh fullback Paul Topping. Paul Burns tried to take him on the outside. Looks as though Barrow have shuffled their backs around during the half-time interval. Kearns has gone on to the left wing. And the substitute Townsend is now operating at standoff. So Leigh win that first scrum. Shaw's quickly round to stop Lang. Leigh in possession on their own 25. Potter, but again Shaw and Marwood with the stop. Potter slow to get up. Case now. Kendall in. Certainly a bit more punch in the Barrow tattling in these early moments of the second half. Cottrell looks to scatter them. Kendall makes the stop again for Barrow. Party now to Lang. Long pass to Jeffrey. He tries to straighten the move up, but there's no way up centre field now. Good tackling by Townsend and Burns. Kick comes in from Brown once more. It's knocked on by Stott. 10 yards inside his own half. And Leigh will have head and ball at the scrum. So 3 minutes of the second half gone. Scoreline as it was at half time. Barrow 8, Leigh 20. And Lang to feed the second scrum of this second period. Leigh come up with the ball again, out to Jeffrey. Jeffrey gets past two. It's out to Iro. He was tattled before he had the ball. Woods now for Leigh. Goes back into Marwood's tattle though. And party now to Case. On to Potter. Potter stopped by Shaw. Leigh just short of the home 25. Leigh know that an early try from them could settle this game. Collier throws the ball away. Reparty picks it up well to Case. Case to Potter now. Potter takes them on. Tattle comes in from Simpson. Leigh inside the 25 now with Lang. On to Woods to Lang. Leigh go without it. Kendall picks up the pieces for Barrow. Barrow back in possession with Jackson. Topping and Brown with the stop. Marwood now brings in Dunn. Dunn looking to release the ball, but no one outside him. Jackson now to Marwood. On to Townsend. And the crossing. A little confusion there between Cartmel and Townsend, and Leigh get the first penalty of this second half. So John Woods, 4 goals in the first half, electing to go for goal once more. The kick is 30 yards out, 10 yards to the right of the Barrow post. 5 minutes of this second half gone. Woods forced to replace the ball. So John Wood's first attempt at this second half. No mistake from the Leigh centre. Stretches the Leigh lead to 14 points. We've had 5.5 minutes of this second half, and it's now Barrow 8 points, Leigh 22. So it's Marwood with the restart for Barrow. Potter claims that just inside his own 25. Takes on Jackson. Makes a good 15 yards before he's stopped. Party now for the visitors. Collier. Tuttles from Cartmel and Shaw this time for Barrow. Brown puts in a great kick. Drives Barrow back into their own 25, and Leigh electing to play the game in Barrow territory. So Marwood to feed. And Leigh pushed them off it. Jeffrey tries to take on Townsend, but can't escape his clutches. Case now. On to Potter. Great defence though by Townsend. Lang now to Iro. Inside to Rapati. Party tries to scatter them. Shaw and Trainer with the tattle. Leigh right under the Barrow crossbar now. Case now to Jeffrey. Leigh make a mess of it. And Phil Stock comes up with possession for Barrow. Jackson's upended by Cottrell. Marwood now. Inside to Cartmel. Marwood again. On to Dunn. Dunn stopped on the 25 by Potter. Shaw now to Marwood. Barrow with a good overlap here, but he just gives the ball to Woods. Not a good pass to Cottrell. That look forward to Collier. Spotted by referee Tidball. Calls them back for the scrum. Leigh looking to open it out whenever possible now. Feeling must be that they have the beating of Barrow on the outside. Referee has stopped the clock whilst he calls on the Leigh trainer. I think Peter Rapati is the man requiring attention. Eight and a half minutes of the second half gone. It's Barrow 8, Leigh 22. So Rapati fit to continue. Marwood with the feed, possession to Barrow. Townsend stopped by Jeffrey. Put Barrow back in possession, and here comes Dunn once more. Shrugs off Collier and Cottrell, then throws the ball away. Knock on, says the referee. And we'll scrum it 5 yards inside the Barrow half. So it'll be Lang to feed the scrum this time. Play a little scrappy at the moment. A penalty for second row feeding. Ironical cheers from the home supporters. Barrow's first penalty of this second half. So Marwood with the kick for touch. No ball on the field at the moment. Steve Jackson with the tap for Barrow. First man in is Pemberton. And tattle by Brown and Case for Leigh. And Barrow really need a try quickly to get back into this game. Jackson out to Marwood. Miss out Kearns, bring in Shaw. Well spotted by Reparty. Burns runs into Cottrell's tattle. Here comes Dunn again. Good tattle from Collier for Leigh. Jackson out to Marwood. Marwood's long ball finds Burns. Burns makes great tattle though from Iro. It was actually Nigel Simpson who made the breakthrough for Barrow. Leigh are penalised under their own post for offside. Will Barrow run it? Marwood gets over, he catches Leigh napping, a quickly taken tap by Dean Marwood. And Barrow get their first try of this second half, the second try of the game to take them into double figures. Now trail Leigh by 22 points to 12. So Marwood, the try scorer, with a conversion attempt just to the right of the Leigh post. Marwood gets his third goal of the afternoon, and that really pulls Barrow back in this one. Scoreline after 12 minutes of the second half, it's now Barrow 14 points, Leigh 22. And Leigh want to make a substitution. Sean Lang coming off, David Hill coming on. So we'll have to see who goes to scrum half, probably John Woods. And Hill will go into the centre. Or is it Topping going into the centre and Hill full back? So Woods with the restart for Leigh. Barrow just 8 points behind now. Fancy their chance of getting back in this game. Skipper Gary Kendall drives forward to his own 25 before he's stopped by Potter and Collier. Jackson now to Marwood. To Cartmel. Done now. Ball knocked on by Cartmel. Well spotted by referee Tidball. Tony Iro has gone in the pack for Leigh. A bit of a misunderstanding, I think, here amongst the Leigh players. Leigh front row is penalised for feet up. On that occasion, Leigh appeared to have 7 forwards. Tony Iro thinking he'd been moved into the pack. Marwood again takes the tap quickly and catches Leigh out. Townsend now, good line out for Barrow. It's now with fullback Trainer, and he's showing great pace. Covering tackle is from Iro, but suddenly Barrow looked good once more. Stott on the charge now. So Barrow up to the Leigh 25. Shaw behind the play of the ball. Gets it away, knocked on though by Jackson. Barrow just wanted a little too much time at the play of the ball. Well, that's twice in a couple of minutes. They've caught Leigh out with quickly taking free kicks. First one brought a try for Marwood. Second one brought a 50-yard movement down the field. So Woods now has gone to scrum half. Leigh come up with possession. Jeffrey now. Stopped by Townsend. So Leigh from their own 25. With Potter. Great tackling by Kendall. Suddenly Barrow coming back into this game. Collier. Shaw with the stop once more, and Barrow just closing Leigh down in centre field at the moment. Reparty taking them on. Makes a good 10 yards, clears his 25. Topping behind the play of the ball for Leigh. Out to Woods. Woods tries to outwit Kendall but can't. And throws the ball away. Potter picks it up. It's now with Case. Good play by Leigh. Case still going forward. The last one indicates the referee. Good 6 tackles defensively from Barrow this has been. Brown with the high kick. Bounces nicely for fullback Trainer. He cuts back inside. Gets away from Topping. Good stop though by Cottrell. So Jackson now for Barrow. Cottrell with the stop again. Marwood behind the play of the ball. Brings in Cartmel. Cottrell in on the stop again for Leigh. Marwood now. Long ball out to Kendall. Ball finds its way to Dunn. Out to Marwood. Inside to Kearns. Good defence from Leigh in the shape of Barry Ledger and Ian Potter. Barrow wants to get on with it. Dunn now to Marwood. Not the best of passes, but it finds Townsend, who kicks ahead. Kicked up for Leigh by Jeffrey. And certainly Barrow looking the better side at the moment. Cottrell down injured now for Leigh. Hill now. Great tackle from Shaw. Iro now. Jackson and Shaw make the stop, and Barrow supporters getting behind their side. Brown cuts back inside. Good ball to Reparty. Well intercepted though. Loose ball. Leigh will get 6 more tackles. Topping drop picks up the pieces for the visitors. Case now to Woods. On to Collier. Good run by Collier. Good defence again from Marwood. Party now to Case for Leigh. Gets it out well to Potter. Covering defender is Burns. Woods now for Leigh. Out to Brown. Brown takes them on. No one near enough for the short ball. Jeffrey now. Out to Woods. To Iro. It's intercepted by Townsend. He gets the ball away well to Stott. Are Leigh going to catch him? Stott comes back inside. Collier makes the tackle. He gets it out to Shaw. The Leigh defence is there. Again Leigh were caught on the outside. Good play by Barrow. Marwood now to Dunn. Cottrell with the tackle. Ball's on the ground. All on, says the referee. Ledger with the tackle on Pemberton. Good spell again from Barrow. Here comes Simpson. Gets out of one tackle but not Cottrell's. Townsend behind the play, the ball to Marwood. Long ball out to Burns again. Gets it inside to Kendall. Great tackle by Jeffrey. Last one indicates the referee. All the offside again. And will Barrow take it quickly? Referee won't allow them. Marwood will go for goal now to try and reduce the deficit to just 6 points. Certainly a new lease of life in this Barrow side in this second half. And here's the man with all the ideas for them, scrum half Dean Marwood. 3 goals and a try so far to his credit this afternoon. Penalty from in front of the Leigh post. Marwood is successful again. And suddenly, from being 14 points up at one stage, Leigh are just 6 points ahead now. It's Barrow 16 points, Leigh 22. Barrow going to make a substitution. Stuart Rhodes coming on to replace Reg Dunn. Dunn says he doesn't want to come off. The substitution is not made. So Barrow taking that from the kickoff with Stott. Jackson now to Marwood, on to Dunn. Dunn showing that he's all right to continue. Cottrell with the tattle for Leigh. Jackson again. Out to Marwood. Good tattling this time from Topping for Leigh. Jackson to Marwood. On to Townsend. Bringing Cartmel again. Couldn't release the ball though as Pemberton chased through. Here comes Skipper Kendall. Case with the stop for Leigh, but Barrow looking in command at the moment. Townsend puts in the kick. It's a bad one. It's a ball back on the 6th tattle, and Leigh will get their first turnover of the game. Well, we're midway through this second half. Leigh in possession just inside Barrow territory. Reparty now. On to Potter. Leigh just look as though they've been knocked off their game a little by this Barrow defending at the moment. Reparty to Woods. Woods gets out of one tattle, but not Jackson's. In fact, Dave Townsend completes the stop. Reparty takes them on again from acting half back. Gets it inside well to Topping. Topping now takes them on. Norwood and Shaw with the stop. Leigh really need points to give themselves a cushion in this game. Just 6 points ahead at the moment. Good defence by Jackson. And it's the last tattle, indicates referee Tidball. Brown now with the kick through. A good grubber kick. Finds touch. 10 yards short of the home try line. And Barrow want to make the substitution this time. I don't think Reg Dunn wants to go off. They're insisting that he goes off, and Stuart Rhodes comes on. And Leigh come up with that one. Jeffrey gets it away to Standish. He runs into a suspiciously looking high tattle from Trainer, but Leigh keep the pressure on, right under the Barrow post. Case now. Iro gets it away to Topping. The Barrow defence holds again. Leigh 10 yards out. Jeffrey dodges and weaves, but can't escape the clutches of Burns. Case now to Reparty. Reparty races through a gap and gets over under the Barrow post. A lapse in the Barrow defence on that occasion. Peter Reparty didn't need to be asked twice to go through that gap. And Reparty puts Leigh once again into a 10-point advantage with the penalty, beg your pardon, with the conversion attempt from in front of the post to follow. Woods tags on his 6th goal of the afternoon, and with 17 minutes remaining here at Craven Park, it's a scoreline now of Barrow 16 points, Leigh 28. Barrow appear to have had a switch round now. David Kern has gone back into the centre of the field, and Dean Marwood is out on the left wing for this restart. Dave Townsend with the kick-off. Topping takes that up 15 yards from his own try line, hands it on to Hill, and he's tackled by Kearns on his own 25. Potter now. It's a good 6 or 7 yards. Hill behind the play of the ball for Leigh. On to Case. Shaw with the tattle for Barrow. Reparty now to Brown. Brown with the towering kick. Stock chases back, but the ball beats him. Again, Leigh move 40 yards upfield. Great kicking from their skipper Peter Brown. So it'll be Kearns to feed the scrum. Referee not happy with the first scrum. Possession to Barrow this time. Ball is knocked on though by Stott. We'll scrum it on the home 25, and this time it'll be head and ball to Leigh. So Leigh 12 points clear, 15 minutes remaining. Get 6 points from this position, could virtually wrap up 2 vital league points for them. Jeffrey now. On to Iro. Iro looks to scatter them. Stop 20 yards out. Jeffrey now. Out to Woods. To Potter. Cartmel read that one well for Barrow. Can Leigh work a move from here? Out with Case now. To Cottrell. Cottrell goes back. Moves it on to Woods. Woods dodges and weaves. Gets the way to Peter Brown. Brown throws the ball away. And possession to Barrow. So Cartmel now behind the play of the ball. Barrow certainly got to raise their game at the moment. Short ball to substitute Rhodes. Jackson on to Pemberton now. Jackson, the kick will come in from Burns. Hill takes that in centre field. Falls to the first tackle in the shape of skipper Gary Kendall. Standish now tries to crash through, almost made it. Shaw and Townsend with the stop for Barrow in the end. Reparty now to Woods. Jeffrey goes back inside. Tattle by Townsend. Standish again. Rhodes with the stop for Barrow. Brown now. Ledger goes without it. A chance is lost, and we'll scrum it 10 yards outside the home 25. Well, just 13 minutes remaining here at Craven Park. Vital second division match, of course, for both sides. Both sides relegated from the first division last season, looking to return quickly. It's Barrow winning that scrum. A wild pass out to no one in particular. Barrow getting a little desperate. 12 points behind with just over 12 minutes remaining. So we Woods to feed. They come up with possession. Potter hands it out to Jeffrey. Jeffrey gets it to Woods. Woods dodging and weaving. Chased and tackled by Rhodes. Case now for Leigh. Short ball to Jeffrey. Jeffrey still going. Runs into Rhodes though. Leigh 15 yards out, right in front of the Barrow post. Now with Woods. Woods inside and Hill drops it. Chance lost again. Certainly another try would seal the victory for Leigh, if that's not been achieved already. Kearns to feed. And the Leigh front row penalised for not scrumming down. It's the second half penalty count, 5-1 in Barrow's favour. Marwood with a kick for touch. Finds touch midway between halfway and his own 25. Steve Jackson with the tap. First man in is Rhodes. Leigh want to make a substitution. Tony Cottrell coming off. In fact, the referee insisting that Barrow get on with it. Leigh not happy with that decision. Kearns now, hands on to Pemberton. Potter comes up with the ball for Leigh. So Collier now moves it out to Case, on to Cottrell. Cottrell looking for the gap, puts Jeffrey through it. Jeffrey well stopped though by Stott, but Leigh again up to the barrow 25. Good line out this side. He's now towards onto Brown. Brown shrugs off two tattlers, stopped by Shaw on the 25. Woods now to Cottrell. Cottrell gets it away to Woods. Woods gets round the fullback. No, he doesn't. Gets it away to Potter, and crossing between Potter and Jeffrey. Chances lost, and now Leigh will get the opportunity to make the substitution. Sean Lang coming back on. Tony Cottrell to go off. So Marwood with a kick for touch for Barrow. Clears his own 25. And there'll be Steve Jackson with the tap. First man in is Rhodes. Jackson now on to Pemberton. And the lead defenders are there once more. I know Barrow have got to score 3 times to win this one. Kearns now brings in Cartmel. Iro appears to have moved into the pack now for Leigh. Kearns, Townsend, good move with Shaw, great tattle from Potter. Kearns hands it on to Townsend, great tattle from Brown, break by Kendall, inside pass to Stott, good defence from deputy fullback Hill. Last one I think. Kearns puts in the short kick ahead. Topping takes it for Leigh. Topping, has he got the legs to run clear? Burns makes the stop for Barrow. Leigh back in possession. Ledger now on to Iro. Iro gets it away well to Case. Case hangs on to the ball. Reparty now for Leigh. Tattle coming in from Kendall. Just 8 minutes remaining. Brown on the charge again. Stopped just short of halfway. Iro again. Good defence in centre field from Rhodes this time. Last tackle indicates the referee. Lang puts in the kick. Straight through the legs of Stott. Touch the Barrow player indicates the touch judge on the far side, so Leigh will have head and ball at the scrum. So Lang back in the scrum half position. Iro in the second row. And Leigh come up with it, out towards, to Jeffrey towards. Good tattle though by Simpson. Hill behind the play of the ball to Potter. On to Jeffrey, inside to Topping. Fine break by Topping. He got the pace outside. Good defence from fullback Trainer. Paul Topping not afraid to take this Barrow defence on. Good defence in the end from the Barrow fullback. And Reg Dunn has been nominated the Barrow man of the match, but it's David Kearns to feed this scrum. 10 yards from his own try line. It's away from a couple of tackles, but all across field. Barrow still 10 yards from their own try line. Ball knocked on by Burns, the half break made by skipper Kendall, and we'll scrum it 15 yards from the Barrow posts. Lang with the feed. Possession to Leigh. Woods comes into the line. Jeffrey onto Hill. David Hill bursts through some weak Barrow tattling. And that's the league point safely in the bank for the visitors from Hilton Park. David Hill gets Leigh's 5th try of the game and takes them into a 32 points to 16 lead. So Woods once more, 6 goals so far this afternoon. Wide though with that one. But with just 4.5 minutes remaining here at Craven Park, it's now a scoreline of Barrow 16 points, Leigh 32. So Dave Townsend with the restart once more for Barrow. Potter takes that 15 yards out, runs into Rhodes and Pemberton, and a Leigh back in possession just outside their own 25. Collier now. Reparty onto Lang. Lang puts in a towering kick. Bounce beats Trainer first time. Then he gets away from Lang's attempted tackle and breaks clear. A brilliant run. Good defence though by fullback Hill. So can Barrow finish with a flourish. Townsend gets away from one. Ball's thrown away. Brown penalised for offside. Barrow get their 6th penalty of this second half. Must go for a try, one would have thought, from this position. Kearns with the tap to Marwood. The long pass brings in Burns. Good play though by Topping, forcing him out on the first tackle. Poor play from Barrow that. And I think they realise this game's lost. Just 3 minutes remaining and trailing by 32 points to 16. Lang to feed, 20 yards from the Leigh try line. And he's penalised for not retiring behind his own forwards. Barrow gets 6 more tackles, looking to get on with it quickly. Jackson on the charge. Collier with the tackle for Leigh. So can Barrow finish with a flourish. Shaw now. It's it out to Townsend. A long pass finds its way to Simpson. And he drops the ball, and I think Leigh have come up with possession. Play by Wayne Standish. Potter's going nowhere. Stock gets the tackle in. Now Case behind the play of the ball for Leigh. So Leigh, 15 yards from their own post. Brown looking for someone inside. Touch judge on this near side is on. Jeffrey puts in the kick. Well, it's the touch judge's interpretation of the incident between Jackson and Brown. Well, he certainly appears to be speaking to the Barrow hooker. Penalty has gone Leigh's way. It's one of Leigh's 2nd penalty of this second half. It comes with just a minute of the match remaining. So Brown with the kick for touch, takes play up to halfway. Now can Leigh finish with a flourish. Reparty, on to Case. Case makes 10 yards. Reparty now to Lang, to Reparty. Wild ball. Iro goes backwards, and Barrow finish up with possession. Kendall now. Good defence from Jeffrey. Jackson onto Rhodes. No way past Iro's tattle. Kearns, but well wrapped up by Rapati. Jackson going from acting half-back. Gets the ball out. Kearns comes up with possession, but the last tattle indicates the referee. Townsend launches the high up and under. Lang makes that one his own for Leigh as we move into added time at the end of this game. Standish now. No way past Cartmeldo. Lang makes another 5 yards for Leigh. Standish now to Case. Potter juddles with it, takes it the second attempt. Stock makes the tattle. Ledger now. Woods to Rapati. Good handling by Leigh, but never really looked like unlocking the Barrow defence as the hooter goes to bring to an end this afternoon's Stones Bitter Championship second division fixture here at Craven Park, Barrow. It's a final scoreline of Barrow 16 points, Leigh 32. For Barrow, a try each from Reg Dunn and Dean Marwood, with Marwood adding 4 goals. For Leigh, a try each from Sean Lang, Wayne Standish, Tony Iro, Peter Rapati and David Hill. John Wood, 6 goals for the visitors, completed the scoring. So it's goodbye from Craven Park with a final reminder of this afternoon's scoreline. It's Barrow 16 points, Leigh 32.